Hey guys, welcome back to the Parky and Leslie podcast. I'm Parky,
I'm Leslie.
and welcome back for episode 5. Also, when you're hearing this, it's gonna be Leslie's birthday.
Woo! Yes.
Woo, happy birthday,
Thank
Leslie!
you. I've
Yeah.
got my little headband on.
Yeah, if you aren't
Excited.
watching on YouTube, you should come look so you can see
Yeah.
Leslie's birthday headband.
It's so cute. I guess, do you have any housekeeping?
I was just gonna tell the pod that this is so random, but I think it's something I might have to tell them. I really wanted a cheese advent calendar. And I thought about it over Thanksgiving and I was like, no, that's so unnecessary. But I kept thinking about it every day. And so I was like, if I'm thinking about it every day, that means I really want it.
It's important to you.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get one. And then, when we went out to eat for your birthday, we were like, oh, we can go to Aldi. Well, Aldi's was closed. And then, yet, like this morning, I was about to say yesterday morning, but that's today, the next day. I was like, oh, I'll just go to Aldi's after church. And then I was like, I really don't feel like driving to that side of town. I'll just wait till I get back to Hattiesburg. And I get back, and the Sam's Club is sold out of the cheese advent calendar.
That is so crazy.
So it's looking like I'm gonna have to get me a chocolate one or maybe like a Star Wars Lego one
Oh, that would
because
be cute.
a lot of the advent calendars are being marked down the closer it gets to Christmas because it's like you can't like do as many on the actual days. But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll just have one day with like 5 gifts on it.
Yeah. And then you can do like 2 days that are actually on the right day once you get your advent calendar.
Yeah. So I might have to go on a hunt after
hmm
we get finished recording to like maybe get me a little calendar. Or
Yeah.
maybe like the Lord is just like really knows how bad I want this cheese one. And whatever store I go into, they'll have one.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could order one on Amazon and it'll get here after
Yeah. And
the
then
days are
I'll have
up.
like some really stinky old cheese.
Yeah. And you can eat them in January or something.
Yeah. New Year's cheese.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a thing though? Like at either Christmas time or New Year's to eat like sausage and cheese?
I don't know. On New Year's Day, we used to eat like peas and
Okay.
like black-eyed peas and greens and stuff, I think.
Maybe it's just something of my great grandmother. Like
I don't
last
know.
Christmas, she gave me a little boot that had a Santa boot that had a piece of cheese and a piece of a sausage in it.
Maybe there's like different
I don't know
traditions.
what that's about, but
Yeah, I don't know either. I've seen a lot of girls on like social media lately eating grapes under a table to like bring them a boyfriend in the year.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Never heard of that.
whatever, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so are you ready to get into your to our WTFs?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Okay. Um, my first WTF is 22 Taylor's version. So that is the age I am
Yes, of
turning,
course.
and I'm feeling 22, if I must say so myself.
So, well, you're not 22 yet, but you will be when this comes out. Do you think you'll feel older?
Um, I don't know about older. Maybe I'll feel like more magical or like
Yeah.
more red even.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll feel like um dressing up like a hipster and making fun of my exes.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, that sort of vibe is what I'm
Okay.
expecting. I'll let
Yeah.
y'all know on the next episode.
You should dress up like a hipster and go to work like that. Like not
Mm,
wear your scrubs.
Yeah, they would be so happy with me if I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little
And you just be
mustache
like,
tattooed on my finger like Katy Perry did in that music video.
yeah.
Or what
Just
did she
like
actually have it on her?
surely not on her. Maybe drawn on there, but not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, not a tattoo.
I feel like I could see like maybe like certain rappers or something or like Justin Bieber or Post Malone doing that just for a video, but like it be permanent.
Yeah, yeah. That would be very interesting,
Yeah.
considering especially how quickly the mustaches went out of style.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and give
Okay.
us your first one if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. So my first one, I feel like this is just a really good list that I have. So I'm like, I don't know which one I want to go first.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna do Brooke and Connor's podcast. I've just been listening to it a lot
Yes.
lately, and I've liked it for a while, but I've just kind of got back into it. I've been listening to like Giggly Squad, what we said. Um, I think it's called That's the Point, Kristen John's podcast.
Mhm.
And so then I was like, oh my gosh, I've been missing a lot of these episodes. So I've been catching up, like just binge watching them.
Yeah,
So
I love Brooke and Connor. They are my
yeah,
faves.
they're so good. And there was something Connor said on the one I was listening to. I think this was like the Thanksgiving episode that I was listening to today.
Hmm.
And it's like, this is just so good. I should share with our listeners.
Hmm.
He was saying, if you're mad at everyone, you should eat.
Hmm.
And if everyone's mad at you or
Mhm.
nothing's going your way, you should sleep. And I was like, I should probably take a nap.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's mad at me, but I do feel like frazzled and like certain things aren't going my way lately. I'm like, so I need to take a nap.
Yeah. That's
And
like
he
so
said
true of Connor to
so,
say.
so I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important though, like if you decide to watch Brooke and Connor because of our recommendation, don't expect an actual philosophy like podcast.
Mm-mm.
It's definitely
No,
silly goofy, but Connor did kind of pop off with that saying.
he did. That was a really good one. I rewinded it because I was like, I've got to like put this in my notes. This is
Yeah.
so good.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it is a silly, goofy podcast, just yapping and being goofy.
Yeah. My inspo really.
Mm-hmm. Love them.
Hmm. So I'll go to my next one. Chocolate covered strawberries is my
Oh, yeah. Those are
secondary spot.
good.
Love them. So
Mm-hmm.
good. Makes my day instantly to be offered one.
Yeah. I feel like I only have those around like holidays,
Hmm.
but they're so scrumptious.
Yeah, me as well. But I would really love to get into the habit of eating them more regularly because also I found out that the edible arrangements, chocolate covered strawberries,
Mm-hmm.
or this is what I read. Apparently, they're only like 76 calories,
Oh,
which I mean, they will add up if you eat too many, but
yeah.
I don't know why I was expecting it to be more than that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Hmm.
That's a nice little snack.
Hmm.
And it's like fruit.
Yeah, so it's like basically good for you.
Yeah. It has like dairy.
Hmm.
So that's good.
Hmm. Maybe you could get stronger bones.
Yeah. I feel like I also heard this lately, and it has to do with one of my WTFs, but I heard somewhere that it was like our generation grew up with our parents saying like we need to drink milk. Did your parents tell you to drink milk a lot, or grandparents tell you to drink milk?
Yeah, I think so. Like, quite, I don't know if it was like hounded on me, but like, yeah, probably.
I feel like every time I went to my great grandmother's house, she wanted me to have milk with at least once one meal,
Yeah, my
and I
great
would like stay
grandparents
all
gave us
day.
milk. Yeah.
And then like my mom, whenever I would find out I had a cavity or like after I broke a bone or something, she'd be like, "You should need to have more milk." And I was like, "I don't want to drink milk. I
Yeah,
don't like milk."
it just makes you wonder if it's like the milk industry like trying to plug their product.
Maybe.
Like, how
I
beneficial is it
just
actually?
Yeah, and I can't tell you the last time I drank a glass of just plain white milk.
Yeah. I had a sip of plain white milk today because I wanted to make sure it hadn't gone bad because I wanted to dip my Oreos in
I just
it.
sniff it to make sure it's not bad.
Yeah, I think my sniffer's kind of bad these days because it smelled bad, but I was like, it's not expired. Like the date is not until like next week. I was like, maybe
Okay.
my nose just is having a funky reaction or
Yeah.
something.
You remember getting milk in the cafeteria? They wanted us to have like chocolate milk with spaghetti
Yeah.
or that or like apple juice.
Yeah. I loved chocolate milk. I still do.
I did too.
Like whenever people wouldn't finish their chocolate milk, they'd give it to me. I
Yeah, I
drink it.
love the chocolate milk. Just people that would get a carton of white milk to have with their meal.
No, you got to go with either the chocolate or the strawberry. People who got white milk, I did not
Yeah.
trust.
No, something was wrong, especially with the meals like spaghetti or like steak fingers. I'm like, this is really like take a bite and wash it down with that milk.
Yeah.
It's so
What?
disgusting. It keeps me up at night.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Do they still do
Yeah,
that?
probably. I'm sure there's some kid out there.
It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, I wonder what those kids are doing today. Like, I wonder, like, what jobs they have, how their
The white
college
milk kids.
experience is, and
Mm,
people that still love the white milk. Because I mean, I'm sure if you were doing that, you still probably have a love for it.
yeah, I wouldn't say I
Maybe
love
you
white
got
milk.
burnt out. No.
Yeah. Still love chocolate milk though.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Okay, what's your next one?
Well, did I say chocolate covered strawberries? Was that my turn?
Yeah, and we went into the whole dairy thing.
Yeah. So you go ahead, Parky.
Okay. Um, okay. So my next one is Coke, and I told y'all when we first started this whole thing that I love Coke, but I put on, I guess it was last week or the week before, I said that I was really into zero sugar root beer, and we're already off that train. We're out of that era. So we even have us a Coke here today.
It's very short lived. I've got me a
Yeah,
DC, a Diet Coke.
nice. I
One
don't
of
know
these.
why I even like, I felt like I was like cheating
What
um
you mean cheating?
on Coke.
Oh, having your
I,
sugar-free root beer.
and I was so stupid. I didn't just get like a bottle of it at the store, like one of the thing of like 6 of the tiny cans. No, I got 12 pack of the regular size cans. And I probably about after the third one, I said this was a bad decision.
Oh gosh, what are you gonna do with the other 9?
Well, I used them to take my medicines.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I
Well,
ran out.
okay, good.
Yeah, and I would make myself drink them,
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say, so to take your medicine, you drank a whole can?
no. I
Oh.
would use what I needed to and maybe take a couple more sips, and then I hate to be wasteful, but just
Yeah,
toss that thing.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Hmm.
Okay. I will say my next one is the game Drawing Evolution on
Oh,
Air Console. I love that game. It's so fun to play with a lot of people. And it's like hard to explain unless you've played it, but like it's kind of like a game of telephone, but like you start with a prompt or you write your own prompt. It just depends on what setting you're playing on. And then that prompt gets sent to somebody else and they draw it. And then their drawing goes to somebody else. They have to guess. That guess goes to somebody else in the group and they have to draw that. And then they get, it just keeps going. And so, like, you've got your original prompt. And then by the end of it getting sent to everybody, you've got like a completely different thing at the bottom that's like the final guess. And it is so funny to like watch how it goes down and like what everybody drew. I think Air Console, like the app or whatever, is like similar to like people play Jackbox a lot, I think. I think it's similar in the way that like your phone is your controller and then like you can play on like the computer, on the TV or whatever, and like that's the screen, but everybody has their own controller because they are playing on their phone. But I think Air Console is cheaper because you like pay a monthly subscription and then you get like a ton of different games to play. But my
yeah.
favorite is Drawing Evolution. Highly recommend it.
We played it last night for like Lee's birthday, and it was so funny. I was at church this morning thinking about some of them, and I started laughing
Yeah.
at the service.
One where somebody final guess was just what? Like she did not understand what the drawing was. It was so fun.
I think it was like whenever Bella and Anna had like theirs were right after each other, like they were like this, no matter if one of them was writing first and the other one was
Yeah.
drawing first. They never really got what each other was saying because I think
They
someone
were always getting sent to each other.
someone typed something that I think it glitched and it got sent to Anna, and so she drew a person going, "I don't know," and Bella said, "What?"
I'm not sure. And then somebody drew a guy, yeah, going, I'm not sure. And Bella said,
I just went, "What?"
so funny.
I don't know what the original prompt was.
I don't either.
But I was thinking about Caleb falling in a bush and ending on God creating
was the ending?
God creates the rainbow.
Oh
It's
my
also
gosh.
funny, like you'll be playing it and you just hear across the room people going, "Oh my gosh!" Like because they have no idea. The phone's kind of glitch, and
Yeah.
so sometimes you'll the keyboard will mess up or you run out of time. And so it just makes it even more confusing.
Yeah, but it is
And
so
so
funny.
it's funny whenever things get put up on the screen and you're like, oh, we never saw anything like this. And then you see the drawing and you're like, that's why we
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
Like
That's where things got messy.
I wrote like a baby Elvis Presley with his good hair or something like that. And Lee did a beautiful drawing, but no
Thank
one got
you.
it.
Yeah, well, I drew like baby with really good hair, like Elvis hair, and then I drew a big Elvis, like in a sparkly jumpsuit
Hmm.
with the cape thing, and then I did an
Yeah.
arrow from the big Elvis down to the baby, and I was pointing from
Yeah.
the hair to the hair, and then I think Olivia guessed Benjamin Button syndrome. So
I think that's the one that led to Bella saying what because I didn't know how to draw it.
it's so funny.
Another funny one was like someone drew like Italian food or wrote that or something. And so I was trying to draw an Italian pizza. And I was like, I'm pretty sure pizza is just Italian anyway, but I think they're just going to see a pizza. So I tried to draw a hand like this, but this
I
like
wrote symbols on the side.
I ran out of time. So it was just a bunch of black scribbles.
It was so funny.
That's a good one, Leslie.
Thank you. Highly recommend it, especially if you have like a bigger group of people.
Yes, it's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you can even play like with just pieces of paper if you don't have like if you're not in a place you can do that. Like I've played it on paper before and you just pass
Yeah.
it around in a circle.
Yeah, you can probably like fold back the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's also like an actual physical game that's very similar called Telestrations.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's at Walmart and Target and stuff like that, but it is so fun. The whole concept is just such a fun like thing to
So
do.
funny.
Hmm.
Okay. My next one is Mythical Kitchen videos, like the YouTube channel. And I feel like I've heard about it, but I just kind of stumbled upon it this past week and I've just been watching a bunch of the videos. Well, I can't say a bunch. They're kind of long, so it's maybe been like 3 or 4, but it's been real nice.
Okay, what is it?
Have you seen them?
I don't think so.
Um, it's this guy that like he makes the last meal videos with people. Like
Oh, maybe I
he
have. Did Brittany Broski do one?
mm-hmm. So
Okay,
that's the
maybe I
first
did
one I
see that.
watched. And then I watched Peyton List and then him and like the chef Nicole that like works with him. They also just have a podcast where they like talk about food and like just they're funny on there.
Mhm.
They're talking about like fried foods with Brittany Broski. It's like a whole hour long episode about why fried foods are like the best. And it's just,
Yeah,
not really educational, just real funny about
yeah,
food.
just entertaining.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
enjoy it, but I'm excited to watch the Post Malone one.
Oh,
Last meal. Yeah.
okay. He's got some interesting guests.
Yeah, and there's like Travis Kelsey's brother was a guest.
Oh,
Jason, is that his name?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's real nice. Y'all should get into it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll say my next one is the Santa Claus movies with Tim
Mm-hmm.
Allen. Those are just like a go-to Christmas movie for me because I think I watched them a lot when I was little. So like
Yeah.
when it's Christmas time, I've got those movies on first and foremost.
Yeah, those are good. Have you seen the show?
No, I don't. I'm afraid it's gonna like ruin it for me.
Yeah.
I've heard very mixed reviews about it.
Yeah. I haven't watched the show either, but I've seen it advertised and I can't
Yeah.
decide if I'm gonna
Yeah,
get into it or not.
same. I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin the classics.
Yeah, and it's like this is what I know and love. We don't need to expand on it. I just want to keep it close to my heart, what I know.
Yeah. Did you watch the High School Musical series?
No, that's another one I
Okay,
was
for
like,
that
I
same
don't.
reason.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched the High School Musical series, but I haven't watched the last season. And this might be weird, but I feel like in the first season and a half, they like set it up where like Olivia Rodrigo was kind of like the Gabriella character. And now there's a different girl that's I guess the Gabriella character, and that's fine. She's like doing great, but it's just like weird that it switched because
Hmm.
like Olivia's fame, I guess. Maybe that's why she stopped. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she
But
wanted to pursue music more than.
yeah, it almost felt like the girl that's now the Gabriella is like they had her more going towards like I don't want to say the Sharpay role. I mean, her and Olivia kind of had some beef, but it was getting better, and I guess they had to mend that so this girl could be like the Gabriella character. But that would never happen in the Real High School Musical.
Mm,
Like those people were who they were, and it stayed true throughout all three movies.
yeah,
So it's just like now it's like weird.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch the last season.
Yeah, might just be harder to get into if you do.
Yeah, and the third season was like kind of like Camp Rock High School Musical combined. So that was odd. I had a
Interesting.
lot of trouble like just even watching that whole season.
Hmm. So is
Yeah.
this like the final season?
It's like they're graduating.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Willow just wanted to.
Hey, Willowding.
She's being crazy.
Yeah. Oh, is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. My next one is cookie butter.
Okay.
The Biscoff cookie butter.
Mm-hmm.
I love the crunchy kind because you know it has the bits of the cookie in it, but I cannot find that at Walmart. Sometimes they have it at Target, but most of the time they just have creamy. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
just as good. So
Okay.
I just got me, it looks like peanut butter jar. I got me a jar of it, and it's like the holiday one. It has like a holiday wrapper, and it's so cute. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I just eat that stuff with a spoon.
I'll have to try it. It sounds like something I
Yeah.
would like. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The first time I had it was like this time, well, around this time last year. I went with our friend Joy on a road trip. And when we were on the way back, we stopped in Grapevine, Texas. I think that's what it's called. And it's like the Christmas capital of like the country, I think.
Hmm.
And so it just has so much Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And Joy and I were walking around and we stopped at this place to get a snack. And we were going to get like, I think they had like fruits and vegetables and other snacks and things.
Hmm.
But we decided to get a tub of crunchy cookie butter and two spoons and just walk around like eating it out the tub.
Nice.
And it's so good.
That's nice, Parky.
Loved it ever since.
Yay. Found you a fave.
Yeah. What's your next one?
Okay, so my final WTF weekly top five is going to be my Nana. She,
Oh.
I swear, is like our number one fan. She listens to every episode as soon as it's uploaded,
Hmm.
and she just always has something to say. She's always nice, not like bad things, something to say, but like
Hmm.
good things, something to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know, she's just a real sweet lady. I love her. I go to her
Oh.
house for breakfast every morning.
Peace, love, Nana.
Mm-hmm. Nana Stan Club.
Yes. We love Nana. She's like a grandmother to our friend group. I feel like everybody knows Nana. We all call her Nana.
Yeah,
She's very like, I was about to say motherly, but she's like a grandmother to all of us whenever we come over. She just
yeah.
makes everyone feel at home.
So I know Nana's gonna hear this. I'll say shout out to Nana. I love you so much. Thank you for being such a fan. And I'll see you for
Yes.
breakfast in
Thank
the
you.
morning.
Okay. My final one is the show This Is Us.
Hmm.
And this show makes me so emo. And I haven't even finished it. I'm watching the last season right now, and the last season's been out for a while. But and it's kind of weird that I don't even know how it ends, considering it's been out for a while, but I just avoid spoilers, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but it makes me so emo. And so I was like, I don't know if I can finish this, but I finally have like worked up the
The
courage to
courage.
watch it.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna finish it.
Okay. I bid
Yeah.
you well wishes on your journey.
Thank you. If any of y'all are I was gonna say New Girl, but Gilmore Girl fans, the guy that plays Jess, he's in This Is Us. He plays the dad.
And also,
And
I know him as Peter from Heroes.
yeah.
So,
And then what's her name? The girl that plays Rapunzel in Tangled, Mandy Moore. She's the mama.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a real nice little cast.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to
Hmm.
get into the next part?
Yes.
So what we are doing now is just telling some funny childhood stories. I think this is going to be really fun. My dad had a few things to say, so I'm going to start with his.
Okay. I'm
But
just
you can go
gonna,
first if you want.
I don't have anything written down. I'm just gonna pull from up
The
here
dome.
and hopefully I can think of stuff.
Yeah.
But the first thing that came to mind was I was in, or we, not just me, but we were in like the third or fourth grade. And I wanted to like sing for our school so bad. I don't know why.
I think I know where you're
And
going with this.
and I remember after school one day, like kind of writing out like a whole program for like a show, a concert I wanted to put on. And I told my mom and our friend Joy about it. I was like, I think I just need to go to the principal and like ask him if I can like sing for all the grades and like basically take a whole day of like school time to go to
And
the
on a performance.
yeah, to go to the gym and like have each grade come in and out so that I can sing them. I had one song for each grade. So they would leave class, come here, and then they could go back to what they were doing.
Hmm.
Really was not going to be that big of a hassle.
Yeah, you just needed a few moments of their time.
Yeah. And so I went to the principal and I had like, I think maybe just a sticky note or like a piece of paper out of my school notebook. And I had like Fly to Your Heart for the preschoolers and like a Hannah Montana song, I think, for the kindergartners. Like I had like just different songs
It
for,
was planned out.
yeah, pre-K through fourth grade. And he was like, we can't do that. Like, we can't let you like take all that time to just like sing for them. And he's like, why do you want to do this? So I was like, I just want to sing.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you can pick one song and you by yourself or you and a friend can sing at like our state testing pep rally. And I was like, okay, like I'll settle. I mean,
Yeah,
I had no
I'll do what
choice.
I have to do. If this takes me to the next step, we'll start with the
Yeah,
baby
in my
steps.
career. So I recruited my friend Joy and we sang to Terminate from Lemonade Mouth a cappella at the state testing thing, like pep rally.
It
And it
was a
was like
beautiful moment.
yes, it was third and fourth graders. And we walked up there and I started us, we just had two microphones and no music.
Hmm.
And Joy wrote an original rap to like encourage them in their state testing.
Hmm. I was
Um,
encouraged. I was there. I
yeah.
was turning to
And
my friends beside me and going like, "Those are my friends up there. Those are my friends."
oh, and we got a few cheers and then we just sat down. But I just think that's kind of wild that I went to the principal and I was like, I have a whole performance I would like to do.
Yeah. Well, you were ambitious, and that's a
I
great
was.
thing.
Yeah. But would
Yeah.
I do that today? Absolutely not. Like,
Yeah.
I think I still have ambition, but I would never go to somebody and be like, can I do like a whole concert?
Go to the dean of the college and say,
Like,
"Can I
just me.
perform?" Yeah.
The
Just
Parker
for a whole
show?
day, cancel all classes.
Yeah. And basically, it's like just me up there doing karaoke, but I want y'all to like cheer.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best thing you've ever heard.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And like only pop songs.
Well, you are a music major, so
Hmm. I
maybe
do
they
want to
would
do a
listen to you.
recital, but it's not going to be like pop songs.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So,
gotta do
but
what you
you know,
gotta do.
we'll take it.
Yeah. Whatever to get you to the next step.
Yeah, we're keeping that mindset.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got a couple that are like Christmas related, so I think I'll go with those first and foremost.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read this text that my dad sent me word for word.
Hmm.
He said, um, well, I asked, do you have any specific funny Christmas memories? He said, the night I stayed up to put your Barbie Jeep together. I'm surprised you didn't wake up with all the cussing I was doing. Then you jumped in it and took off Christmas morning. I think Nana got in an argument with somebody at Big Lots because it was half price on a particular day. You would drive it to the pump house where the well was and stop and get gas.
Oh.
I was like, that's cute. Okay, these just kind of like go hand in hand because they're just my childhood Christmas from my dad. This is the
Mhm.
second message. One time we went to Heart and Soul, which is like a biking store, to pick out your first trek bike. You were concerned that Santa wouldn't know where to get it. I told the salesman I would tell Santa to pick it up the next Thursday at 4 o'clock if that was okay. He said, sure. I was just so concerned that Santa wouldn't be able to find my bike.
That's just so funny. Did you go with him to the store?
Yeah, because he wanted me to pick it out.
So y'all walked in there and he looked at him. He's like, Santa is going to come get this
Yeah,
4
yeah.
o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was something like that. And then I just was so concerned. Like, how is Santa gonna know where to come? Like, I haven't told him. Did you tell him? And he was like, I guess I guess I'll tell him. He made an appointment with the salesman to
Yeah.
get Santa there to pick it up 4 o'clock next Thursday.
It's so funny, like parents using Santa to um for like children's behavior, but only when it comes like November and December. Like if
Yeah.
I'm misbehaving throughout the rest of the year, I would just get my tail whooped or get
Mhm.
something taken. But then like come November, December, mom was like, I'm gonna call Santa Claus and he's gonna hear about this.
Yep.
And I was like, oh no.
I think my family actually did use Santa year round. And you know what? That was the most effective.
Really?
Hmm.
I just think my parents like forgot about it. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe midway through January, they'd be like, oh, now Santa just came. You don't want him to see this. But then it was done.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think my parents spanked me a lot because one time I got spanked for something and I turned around and looked at my dad with tears welled up in my eyes and I said, that didn't hurt. And so he popped me again.
I only had a few good like spankings, but my mom, when she would get frustrated, maybe I shouldn't say this on the podcast, but we'll see. I mean, I'm sure other Southern mothers
Yeah.
did this.
Yeah, it's fine.
She would get like frustrated with us, like me and my sister, and she would just take off her flip flop and throw in the back seat, like just to scare us. Like, and that time it wouldn't even hit us, and we'd just be like,
Whoa.
like dodge that one.
Yeah. She's only got one more.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of things I thought as a kid.
Oh, this is something I thought as a kid, but I think this is like pretty common.
Hmm.
I thought that like when I would see pictures or videos, movies, like things in black and white, that things just were black and white.
That's what I thought too.
And like we just didn't get color till it was able to be recorded.
Yeah, I remember asking my grandparents when I was little, so when did you guys start seeing color? And they were like, what are you talking about?
I think I thought like that people like they had their color, but anything they put on was black and white.
Hmm.
And houses and roads, but like trees, like nature and like people were their color. But then
Okay.
everything else was black and white.
That's interesting. So mine was a little different. I thought everybody was
Like they
colorblind.
were seeing in black and white.
Yeah, I thought everybody just literally was colorblind. And
Yeah.
one day there was a mutation and everyone could see.
They were like, oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah, there's so much color now.
Yeah.
Gosh, that would freak me out. I would probably have a
That
headache
would
for like
too.
a week. Okay. I've got a bunch of things that I thought when I was younger. I
Okay.
thought that we had to make a map every time we left the house or Nana would get lost. I guess it never occurred to me that
Mm.
she lived a lot of years before I was even born or before I even had the capability of making a map every single time. But I would just like get a piece of paper out of a notebook and draw like, okay, this circle is our house, and then I'm gonna draw a little tiny road, and then here's the grocery store and the post office, and then here's Aunt Jean's house. Aunt Jean lived in New Orleans, so don't
There's
know
on the
why she was. Yeah,
same piece of paper.
same piece of paper next to the grocery store that's in, Collinsville. So
Yeah.
yeah. And like there were a few times we'd be running late to something and Nana would be like, okay, draw your map, hurry, we have to go. I'd be like, please, please, I'm almost done.
Like you really need this. Like we
What are we
can't
gonna
go.
do?
I remember like my mom telling me I would just be craving like ice cream or Coke. or something when I was little, and I'd be like, I really want to go to town. And she'd be like, town is closed right now, even though it would not be
Yeah,
closed. Also,
that's kind of genius.
town town doesn't even close. Like the stores might, but you can always be driving through there.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
I
town's closed
thought,
down.
yeah, in my brain, I was like, okay, so we would leave my house and start driving to get on 39 or like North Hills or wherever. And we would like at maybe like at 7 or 8 o'clock, because elementary school, that's your bedtime.
Mhm.
And there'd be like these huge gates.
Yeah, they're
And there was
closed.
like the mayor, I guess, had like a key to the city.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I guess when in my brain, it was like when I go to bed, uh, town's closed because I
It's
wouldn't
town's
want to go.
bedtime.
Yeah, because my mom would be like, town is closed. And for the longest time, that's what I would envision in my head. Even though she never said that, that's what
Yeah.
I always saw.
Yeah.
And then once I got old enough and we were able to stay out later, I was like, oh my gosh.
They're
I never
extending
said it.
town hours.
Yeah, I was like, there is no gate. Town is not closed.
That's funny. Yeah.
And what was I thinking in my head? Well,
Well,
it was something else my mama told me when I was younger, but I can't remember.
that's okay. I got us a whole list.
Okay.
Um, let's see. I've got a few like quick fire ones.
Okay.
They don't take a lot of explaining. When I was young, I thought that you got your driver's license at 11. I don't really know where that came from. Um,
Okay.
I thought that Jesus and Santa were brothers because I'm pretty sure somebody at elementary school told me that. And I was like,
I
okay, makes
remember
sense.
I remember think like when I learned how to spell Christmas.
Hmm.
I don't know what age or grade that is, but I asked my dad to spell Christmas for me because I was writing my Christmas list. And I wrote it out and I was like, wait, the first half of this is Christ and then MAS. And I was like, is it like that because like mass is like short for massive Christ holiday? And they were like,
This is the biggest Christ holiday all year.
yeah. And in my head, I was like, it is.
Yeah, Easter ain't
And
got nothing on it.
and I remember like telling people sometimes after I learned that, I was like, did y'all know that like the word Christ is in Christmas?
Did you guys know that?
Did
That's
anybody
funny.
else figure that out?
Yeah. No, nobody did.
I thought I'd like discovered something.
Yeah, if you hadn't brought that attention to the world, nobody would know.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't, probably.
No one would have thought of it before me.
No, yeah, for sure. I used to think that my dad and Justin Timberlake were either brothers or might even be the same person,
Okay.
like Hannah Montana vibes.
Yeah.
Because my dad really used to like Justin Timberlake back in the day. And I've always had a soft spot for old boy because like that music is what my dad would play in the car, you know? And we had like a videotape or something, like we recorded on the DVR like his concert at Madison Square Garden, and I would watch it like every day. And my dad was fine with
Mhm.
watching it because he liked him. He liked that music. And I started thinking, I was like, man, why does my dad like this guy so much?
Probably
And I
because
was
it's
like,
him.
yeah, yeah. There was one day I went to the reading fair at school,
Mhm.
and there was a book there about Justin Timberlake. It was like a biography, like I don't know, like a biography book for kids. And I bought it, and I was looking through, and it said his birthday in there, which was the year 1981. Guess who else was born in 1981? My dad.
Oh, yeah.
One was definitely in January, and one was in July. But I was like, anybody could make that up.
Yeah.
And then, let's see. My brother has always had blue eyes, and my dad has green eyes. But guess who has blue eyes? Justin
Justin
Timberlake.
Timberlake.
I
Hmm.
said, these green eyes, they must be contacts. You know, I probably wasn't thinking that much into it as a kid, but I definitely thought that there was something sketchy going on.
Yeah.
You know, come to realize it's definitely nothing at all.
Yeah. That's funny though. Like even though you probably weren't thinking like the contacts things, you did notice the eyes. You were like, they're doing it
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah. I was like, why does everyone in my family have green eyes except my brother? Now I know that my grandfather also had blue eyes. So it's not really that
Uh,
inconceivable that Gail has blue eyes.
okay. One thing, okay. Also, I feel like I'm thinking about joy for a lot of these, but like I think we all kind of were into the fairies. We had our little fairy era, but
Mm-hmm.
I know that Joy was over at my house a lot because we had cheer practice after school. And there was one time she was over, like, I don't know what it might have just been a spend the night or cheer practice, but we were like, we're going to make fairy houses. And we were so into it. Like, we went out to like the wood line and just under a bunch of trees and like collected things and like built fairy houses. And then we were like, okay, we're going to go climb the top of the swing set and put these in trees. And
Mm-hmm.
then we'll go and like look at them and like we'll be able to see fairies in there.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as we went to go try to put our houses up, it started raining. And so we were
Mm-hmm.
like, fairies can't fly in this. So we didn't get to put them up. But then the next day we saw this picture online of a dead fairy. It probably was just a dead bug.
Mm-hmm.
But it was made to look like a fairy, and we were like, this proves more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already believed,
Yeah.
but we're like, this really just fuels it.
But y'all were like women in STEM.
Yeah, we were just building. Another funny thing, my mom used to do this in the car whenever we were going on like trips, coming back from grandparents. Um, if we didn't have like our TVs or we forgot like movies for our TVs, she would just be like, close your eyes and pretend like you're watching like Hannah Montana or Which Is the Way We Place in Your Head. And I'd be like, okay, well, how many episodes do I need to watch before I like open my eyes? And she'd be like, well, it's 4 episodes till we get home. Because we'd have like 2 hours or something. So they're 30 minutes each. And so she'd be like, just watch 4 episodes
Mm-hmm.
of Hannah Montana in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did it work?
sometimes I would, yeah, I mean, I feel like it kept us quiet. It kept me quiet. I
Okay.
would sometimes open my eyes and be like, how many more episodes now? Or like, I think
That's
I'm going to
good.
switch to like That's So Raven or something.
I'm kind of getting bored of Hannah Montana, Mom. Is it okay if I switch?
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch up here.
Yeah. You got the remote to my head?
Yeah. I think it worked pretty good though.
That's good.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't know.
also one time when I was little, my mom gave us like her old phone when she got a new one. It was like
Mhm.
a pink flip phone.
Was it one of the Razor
And
phones?
I think so. It was either
I had
that or
one to
like
play
it's
with.
Motorola Razor.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was one of those.
Hmm.
And I guess this was before iPhones. And she gave it to me, and we thought that it wasn't going to work anymore. But apparently, even after the phone's been disconnected or how old it is, you can call 911 on most
Hmm.
of them. And I didn't know that, obviously. And so I was in the back of our van and I was just messing around. I was like, Bella, I'm going to call 911 and not thinking they were going to pick up. And they did.
Hmm.
And they were like, what's your emergency? I was like, Mom. And I gave her the phone.
That's funny.
And then I could not have that pink phone anymore. She was like,
Mm.
that is a serious thing. You can't call them, just mess with them. I was like, I wasn't meaning to mess with them.
I didn't think anyone would answer.
I was just joking.
Don't they have a sense of humor?
Yeah. Don't they have time for a silly little call like this?
Yes.
We can both talk about the pink cupcakes because we were
Okay.
both like, I was supposed to say loyal
Involved.
members, but yeah, we were like the founders.
Yeah, the front men.
Yeah. So Leslie and I had a band in first
Mhm.
grade called the Pink Cupcakes.
Sure did.
And it was me, Leslie, Rayleigh. Um, there was one other girl, Rebecca.
Somebody was our manager.
We did have a manager.
Hmm.
Um, and we would just like sing for the class. I don't think it was
Hmm.
every day, but like Izza would arrange with our teacher like when we could sing. And we would
Yeah.
just sing like Hannah Montana.
We
I
would
feel like that
design
was our
outfits for
main.
ourselves.
Yeah. First grade has some real funny stories from that
Hmm.
time.
Yeah, I remember on my birthday in first grade,
Mm-hmm.
we did the whole bring the cupcakes to class or whatever. And then I think either Miss Wiggins or Izza, or maybe both of them, had the idea for the pink cupcakes to sing happy birthday to me, because I was a
Mm-hmm.
member of the band. So the whole class gathered around and, y'all took the stage. the
Mhm.
rainbow carpet.
Yes.
And I was like, like I kind of feel left out. So I joined y'all and sang happy birthday to myself
I
alongside
remember
y'all. I said, happy birthday to me.
Yeah.
So,
Also, remember in first grade, I feel like that's where I don't know if I have ADHD or what I have, but I just get real distracted, can't pay attention all the time. And this is when my teachers and my parents started saying that I would go to La La Land. And I think all throughout elementary school, they told my teachers that I went to La La Land and to watch for that. Basically, just me zoning out
mm-hmm.
and like just nothing's there. Um, But Miss Wiggins, our first grade teacher, my mom, when they discovered it, they were like, "Oh, what we need to do is like call her out when she goes there
Oh no,
to
I know
like
where
get
this
her to
one's going
stop."
to. I know
So
exactly what you're about to say.
we were doing math. And, they
Counting
were like,
coins.
yeah, counting coins. And since I had not been listening to any of the lesson, I didn't know the value of any of the coins.
Mm-hmm.
And she called me up there and she's like, Parker, make 35 cents. And she let me have like all the coins to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I put like 5 nickels and like 6 pennies and a
Mm-hmm.
quarter and just a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, this dime
And
might look pretty with the rest of them.
I was like, okay.
I remember watching you do that. I remember being in class
So
for that.
embarrassing. But I was like, I genuinely had no idea because I
Mm-hmm.
was zonked out. Like I had no idea what was going on in the class. And I remember her being like, "This is why we have to pay attention." And I was like, "Oh."
Okay.
But I mean, it didn't work. I still do that. So,
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
but I mean, we do well in our classes. I have good grades, so it's
Yeah.
fine. I guess I'll just continue.
Yeah. Why you gotta
We should tell them about the day we had chalk outside.
Oh gosh, another Miss Wiggins story. Yes. Yeah, so okay, it was like a field day of some sort. I don't really know what was going on, but there was an area of the like field, like the play area that they had sectioned off, and they were like, if you have a ball to play with, you go in this area. If you do not have a ball to play with, do not step foot in that area because we don't want kids getting hit with people
Mhm.
throwing balls around and like you being involved. And plus, it was kind of a small area and not that
Yeah.
many people had a ball to play with. So anyway, I completely disregarded that. Played in the area, had no ball, no ball in sight.
But you had a ball. You had a good time.
Yeah, I did have a ball. And so yeah, I had no shame about it. Simultaneously, you can tell your side to the story.
So they also brought chalk outside. And if you were playing with the chalk, you had to stay on the sidewalk, only draw on the chalk. You weren't supposed to draw on yourself, your clothes, other people. And I drew all over my face and probably like arms and stuff. I didn't listen to her instructions either.
Mhm.
And then it
You
was
weren't the
time
only one
for,
though.
no, it was me and another boy
Mhm.
that we decided to color on ourselves.
Mhm.
And when it was time to go inside, she starts calling for things to like for people to move their pens.
Mhm.
Do you want to tell
Cause
about
she,
yours?
well, she knew who was playing in there with the balls, cause, and she knew who didn't have ball, cause she was monitoring over there. I
Mm-hmm.
guess that did not cross my mind.
No, I thought that she surely wasn't going to see me, even
Yeah,
though I
I
knew
thought
what I was doing was
she,
wrong.
yeah, I just thought she didn't care anymore because she wasn't telling me not to. So she
Yeah.
was like, if you played in the area that was designated for being played with balls and you did not have a ball, go over there and move your pen. And I started crying a little bit, but I moved my pen and I sat back down. I was on yellow.
Yeah. When she called for people that had colored on their bodies with the chalk, that is like probably one of the most obvious ones because
You were covered in chalk.
yeah, like the other
It was
kids
very
maybe could
evident
have,
to everyone in the room.
the other kids maybe had a fighting chance,
Yeah.
but we just did not. And it was only me and this kid. And so she was like, okay, if you colored on yourself with chalk, you need to go move your pen. And I just sat there. I was like,
What Dumbo colored on themselves?
like, who did that?
Who would do such
And
a stupid thing?
yeah,
After
I
she told
can't.
us not to, mind you.
Yeah. I was like, who would do that? Not
Your
me.
face is covered.
And I don't remember if she called me out yet again or I just finally got up, but I did have to move my pen.
Yeah.
I was just constantly not doing what I was supposed to in that class. Like one time I typed in the wrong book for my AR test and didn't wait
I
for her,
remember
took
that
the
too.
test, made a 40, and then
Yeah.
started crying about it.
Yeah,
But
because
she
she
said
was
she
like,
wasn't,
she
yeah,
like
she said
clicked
she
on the
wasn't
wrong
gonna
test.
fix it.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
also, why was I helping you with your AR test?
I don't know. I think it was because I typed in the wrong one. Maybe you were taking a test beside me, and I
Mm.
started panicking because I was like, guys, I typed in the wrong name.
Oh.
But I think I accidentally pulled up like the Christmas story or something. And I was like, oh, I surely would know it. It's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to take it, made a 40. I was bawling. And she was like, you didn't wait, so I can't fix it. And I was like, oh no. I had a 40.
That's funny.
Also cheated on a spelling test, immediately told on myself, and then
Mm.
had to retake it. And I still misspelled that same wrong word. And I'm pretty
Oh.
sure attempted to cheat again, not
Oh
by
my
looking off
God.
someone's test, but trying to look in the classroom.
Yeah. I remember we would get in trouble for talking during tests, but not because we were cheating. We were playing Barbies with the pencils.
Yeah.
There was this little tiny pencil that somebody had like
Yeah.
sharpened all the way down, and that was the baby.
That
And
was the
we would
best
argue
one.
over who got the baby. And
Mm-hmm.
so we would like we had the big divider like folder things that we would have to put
And we
up. So
took
we
them in the hallway.
yeah.
Take our quizzes in the hall.
But she had us sitting across from each other at one point in time, I remember. And we had the
Mm-hmm.
dividers
We
up.
would be like,
Yeah, and I would go around with my pencil and I'd be like, "Hey, Barbie." And I'd see you bring your pencil around to the side and be like, "Hello." And then she'd have to
if
come
it
over to
just
us and
need
be
like
like, "Girls."
we can't see each other's faces. It was just like
Yeah. That was so
another
funny.
Leslie and I also went to preschool together, and I feel like we were both still menaces even at 3 years old. There was one time we found a real key. Like all of the toys, were just kid toys, but we found a real life key.
I don't
And
remember this.
everyone was supposed to get a turn with it. And also, mind you, we found this key outside in the play area, like in dirt or in the sand. So it was not clean. And like 5 kids had it before me, all touching on
Oh
it, putting their pockets,
no.
their
Oh
pants,
no. Please don't
whatever.
tell me this is going where it's going.
I put it in my mouth when it was my turn because I
Oh
was like,
no.
no one will take it from me now. I
I
was
don't
like, I get
remember
to
that.
keep it. Yeah, I did put it in my mouth. And then I don't think anyone else wanted it, but I think I did get told on for
Yeah,
putting it in my mouth.
maybe.
One, well, just, it was wrong on multiple levels. It
Mhm.
wasn't mine. I was supposed
Yeah.
to share it.
There was a lot of
It was
germs on it.
dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I could have swallowed it. We were like 3 and 4 years old and I put a whole key in my mouth.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I have any specific memories of you from preschool.
I
I
remember
don't
you telling
remember.
me if one of us would finish our test first to save the other a baby doll.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, that was like
Mm-hmm.
an ongoing pact. Every time there was a test or like
Yes.
work to be done, because playtime was right after. And we would
Yeah.
every single time be like, "Hey, if you finish before me, go get
Give
two
me a
baby
baby.
dolls." Yeah,
Yeah.
get one for you, get one for me. And then you know what? We got a date after this test is over, playing
Yeah.
with
We're gonna be
babies.
playing mommies.
Yep. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
remember kids eating acorns outside and us going to check on her, and she'd be like, "You want some?" No, thanks.
yeah. I did try to eat one time, but I just couldn't get it.
You were just obsessed with putting things in your mouth.
Uh, mm. I
That's funny.
also, when I was in kindergarten, I would like just be yapping all the time. And one time at nap time, I was laying on my towel, and I think it was either Chelsea. I think it was Chelsea. I was about to say or Brickley. Maybe it was both of them. But I would lay my mat down, and I would just army crawl on my mat to the other person to like talk to them.
Yeah,
And I would
that's
get in trouble
stealthy.
every day.
Mm.
And eventually she put either me or Chelsea like in the kindergarten teacher across the hall's room because she's like, they won't stop talking.
I think I remember hearing about that because you and Chelsea also would walk the perimeter around the playground every single day on the little skinny like boundary thing that held the mulch in. And I
Yeah.
remember y'all would walk on it like a balance beam every single day. And so at recess, I
Yeah.
would walk out there and like walk with y'all for a little while and be like, how's your day? What have y'all been up to? And then I remember
Yeah.
y'all telling me, well, she got moved across the hall at nap time. So now we can only talk at recess.
Yeah, we're having to do a lot of catching up because she was taking to Miss Dallas's room.
I have a good memory from first grade.
What?
Okay, I remember going to the playground and me and you and all of our friends decided to play
Hmm.
iCarly, specifically the chicken episode where they lost all
Oh,
the chickens. We had to find them.
yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought of this, but I ran up to you at the top of the playground and I said, Parker, I'm not supposed to tell anybody this, but my parents are getting divorced. I do not remember what your reaction was, but
I think I was just like, okay, like what does that mean? Like I was probably like had no idea.
yeah, I don't really know what happened after that, but I do remember telling you.
I do remember like we went back to playing. And then when we got back in line to go inside, I think I tried to ask you questions about it, but the teacher was coming. You're like, I'll have to tell you later.
That is so funny.
This isn't like young childhood, but this is middle school.
Mhm.
Leslie and I were in band together, and um, we were only allowed to go to the band hall in the mornings if we were like practicing. Once
Mhm.
you got to high school, you could go in there pretty much like whenever before school. But if you were middle school, you were either supposed to go sit in the gym with the other kids or you could practice your instrument. And one morning, I don't know if we did it together or if it was just one of us, but we brought in the manager from the Pink Cupcakes into the band hall to hang out.
Mhm.
And we wanted to just watch videos in a practice room.
On
And
my
we were
Kindle
watching,
Fire.
yeah, and we watched a video of like um all the guys from One Direction like dancing
Mhm.
around in their underwear.
Yeah, it was the Talk
And
Dirty video.
our band director, male band director, came and found us.
Mhm.
And he did ask us to leave. And then it was brought up in class that day about
Yeah,
how we
yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah. No regrets.
He was like, if y'all are gonna come and practice in the morning, you actually have to practice, not watch
Half
little.
naked men dancing around.
And we were like, oh,
Who did that?
freaks, like what in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any other like specific memories, but I do know me and my cousin Lena used to talk on the phone every Sunday night for like a few
Mhm.
hours at a time and play Barbies over the phone and we would sing and write songs together.
Yeah. I remember playing with my sister and my cousin Mia when we were younger. And one of our favorite things to play was It's a Waverly Place.
Hmm.
And that just kind of got like into some gray area because we all wanted to be the girl character, but there
Alex.
was two
Yeah.
boy characters and one girl character. We were all girls, and that was just really hard for us.
Hmm.
And most of the time, Mia was Alex because we would go in age order. So I was Justin, Mia was Alex, Bella was Max.
Hmm.
And I would think when I was younger, like, I'm not like Justin. I don't act like him at all. But I think I actually do. I
Yeah.
think Justin and I are very similar. As much as I love Selena Gomez,
It's
I do
just the
give Justin energy.
older sibling effect. Yeah.
And I remember when the episode came out of like them having music in the cafeteria one day for like some event, Justin picked out smooth jazz and Alex picked out like a rock band. And at the beginning of the episode, I was like, wait, Justin's music is like so good. And then later in the episode, it was like Alex making fun of it. So I made fun of it like whenever that episode came on, but I really did like the smooth jazz vibes.
Yeah.
But I did not want to be Justin so
Yeah.
bad.
You just could not escape the Justin allegations.
Yeah, but now I'm a proud Justin.
Yeah. Understand
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna let y'all go now, but y'all follow us on Instagram at Adventures of Parky and Leslie and follow the YouTube channel. Um follow I guess it's following on Spotify.
Hmm.
Um yeah, at Adventures of Parky and Leslie.
Yep.
And make sure that when you're following the Instagram, you're checking up on the stories and checking up on the account and stuff because we frequently post like things for y'all to get involved with, like interact with polls and different things. So
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll keep y'all updated on there. Episodes out every Monday.
Yes.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah, and everyone wish Leslie a happy birthday.
Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye now.